Okay, real talk. You walk in, new place, new people, and someone says, "Hey, you must be the new person," and your mind just goes blank.
You smile, you nod, and nothing comes out.
And in that moment, people are already forming an impression of you.
And honestly, that moment feels scarier than the actual job.
Because nobody teaches you this part. They teach you grammar, they teach you vocabulary, but not what to actually say when it matters.
So that's what we're doing today.
Real phrases, real situations, stuff you can actually use.
And there's one mistake almost everyone makes on day one. It's not grammar.
We'll get to that in a second, but first, let's start at the exact moment it happens. The door opens. Someone walks toward you.
They say, "Hey, you must be the new person."
And most people either freeze or say something that feels just slightly off.
So what should you actually say here? By the way, welcome to Easy English with PJ. I'm Logan.
And I'm PJ, let's fix this.
Okay, picture this. It's 8:55 a.m. You're standing outside the office. Your hands are a little sweaty.
Why did you have to say sweaty hands?
Because it's true. Come on.
Yeah, it's true.
You walk in, and someone comes up to you. Big smile, very friendly. And they say, "Hey, you must be the new person. Welcome."
Okay, stop right there. You must be. That phrase, do you know what it actually means? Most people think it's about grammar, like obligation, you must do this.
Right, that's what we learn in class. But here it's totally different. It means, I'm pretty sure I know who you are, but I'm being polite about it.
Exactly, it's not a question. It's more like a friendly guess, like, I was told someone new is starting today, and you look like that person, so you must be them.
Right. It's softer than saying, "Are you the new person?"
That sounds a little cold.
A little like a security guard.
Yeah, exactly. Are you the new person is an interrogation, but you must be the new person feels warm and welcoming.
And then they say, "Welcome." Just that one word.
And that one word does so much. It says, you belong here now. You're part of this place.
Doesn't that already feel good just hearing it?
It really does.
And here's what most people don't realize. You can use "you must be" too, not just when someone says it to you.
Right. Like, imagine you're at a cafe. Your friend said their coworker would meet you there, and someone walks in looking a little lost.
You could say, "Hey, you must be Jamie. I'm here with Sarah." That's smooth, and it immediately makes the other person feel comfortable.
Because you're saying, I was expecting you. You're in the right place.
That's the feeling "you must be" gives. So next time someone new walks in, don't just say hi. Try, "You must be the new person. Welcome." Watch how their whole face changes.
And speaking of making people feel comfortable, what do you actually say next? Because that's where most people get stuck.
So the new employee responds. They say, "Hi. Yes, I just started today. It's my first day."
Simple, but really smart.
Why smart?
Because they say two things in one sentence, that they just started and that it's their first day. And "it's my first day" does something really important. It explains everything. Why you look a little lost, why you don't know where the bathroom is, why you're walking slowly and looking at everything.
You're not weird. You're just new.
It gives people permission to help you.
That's a really good way to say it. Because most people want to help. They just don't know if you need it.
But when you say, "it's my first day," that's the signal.
Please help me. I have no idea what's happening. But politely.
Exactly, but politely.
And here's something most people don't think about. You don't have to wait for someone to ask how you're doing.
Say more.
In a new situation, a lot of learners stay quiet. They answer questions, but they don't offer information.
Right. They wait for the other person to do everything.
But think about it from the other side. If someone just stands there and says nothing, it's actually harder to help them because you don't know where to start.
Exactly. But if they say, "It's my first day," now you know exactly what they need.
It's like opening a door, one sentence, and suddenly the whole conversation flows. And people love first day energy. They want to help, they want to show you around. You just have to give them the chance.
So don't just stand there waiting. Say it. "It's my first day. Watch what happens."
And once that door opens, comes the question almost everyone answers wrong. Almost nobody knows this, but the way you answer the next question changes everything.
The coworker asks, "How are you doing?" Sounds easy, right?
But this is where most people freeze again,
Because most people just say, "I'm fine."
which is not wrong.
But it's also kind of nothing. It's like a wall. Conversation over.
But in the conversation, the new employee says something different. I'm good, thanks. A little nervous, but really excited.
And that changes everything. Because now there's something to talk about. The coworker can say, "Oh, that totally makes sense." And suddenly you have a connection just from being honest.
And a little nervous but excited is such a human thing to say.
Everyone has felt that. New school, new city, new job.
That mix of, I'm scared and I can't wait.
And when you share that feeling, people don't judge you. They remember feeling the same way.
So here's what I want you to notice. The coworker responds with, that totally makes sense. Don't worry. And then, it's pretty relaxed here. 3 sentences, 3 different things. First, your feeling is valid. Second, you don't need to worry. Third, here's something good to know.
And you can use this too. When a friend is nervous about something, instead of just saying, "You'll be fine," which honestly doesn't always help, try, "That totally makes sense. It's okay to feel that way."
So much better. Because here's the thing. You'll be fine talks about the future. But that totally makes sense talks about right now, about how they're feeling in this moment.
And that's what people actually need to hear. Not "it will get better," but what you feel right now is okay.
That's the difference between someone who sounds nice and someone who actually makes you feel better. Try this with a friend this week and see how differently they respond.
Now, knowing how to feel okay is one thing, but knowing what to actually do next is a different skill entirely. Watch this. This is where most people fail. The new employee asks, "So, where do I even start?" Which is such a real moment. It's not just about work. It's about, "I'm ready, but I need direction."
And there's something important about how they ask it. They don't say, tell me what to do, which would sound a little demanding. They say, where do I start? It's a question, it's open.
It shows initiative, like "I want to work," but it also shows humility, like "I know I need guidance."
That balance is really important on day 1, because you're not trying to prove you know everything. You're trying to show you're ready to learn.
And that's actually the secret of a great first day, not knowing everything, but being willing to ask.
Quick question. Have you ever said nothing on your first day? Like, the whole day goes by and you realize you didn't really talk to anyone.
Yeah, that happens more than people think.
And the reason is usually that they were waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect sentence, the perfect English. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The people around you are not judging your English.
They're just trying to figure out if you're easy to work with, if you're friendly, if you ask good questions, if you make the day a little easier for everyone.
That's it. That's the whole test.
So, "Where do I start?" isn't fancy, but it passes that test every time.
And the response is just as useful. Let's start over here. I'll walk you through it. I'll walk you through it. Means I'll explain it step by step and show you as we go. You can use this in so many situations. Your friend just got a new phone and they're confused. Don't stress. I'll walk you through it. Or a new coworker doesn't know how to use the system. Come here, I'll walk you through it.
It sounds natural, it sounds helpful, and it immediately makes the other person relax because they know someone is with them. They're not alone in this.
And that feeling is everything on a first day. Now, what happens when someone actually asks you to do something?
The coworker shows the new person their desk and says, "All right, here's your computer. Can you go ahead and turn it on?" And the new employee says, "Sure." Like this? 2 words, but they're doing a lot.
Like this is checking. It's saying, am I doing this correctly?
And that's actually really smart to do, because on a first day you might think you know what to do, but things are different in different places.
Every office has its own way of doing things.
So checking, even for small things, shows you're paying attention. It shows you care about doing it right, not just doing it fast.
And then the coworker says, perfect, which feels so good to hear, even as an adult. Someone says, perfect, and you think, yes, I did it.
We're all a little bit like that inside.
Now, after that, the coworker asks, do you have any questions so far? And the new employee says, not right now, but probably later.
Okay, this response is underrated because a lot of people feel like if I don't have questions, I look like I'm not paying attention. Or if I have too many questions, I look lost, so they say nothing. But not right now, but probably later is the move.
Here's why it works. It tells the other person 3 things at once. 1, I'm listening. 2, I'm still processing. 3, I'll come to you when I'm ready.
That's not weakness. That's self-awareness. And in any workplace, self-awareness is one of the most respected things you can show. You don't have to have all the answers on day 1. You just have to be honest about where you are.
And honestly, that works not just at work. It works in any new situation. New class, new gym, new neighborhood. Just be honest. People respect that more than you think.
Now let's talk about the phrases that pull all of this together.
Okay, PJ, let's go through the key phrases from today. I'll give the situation, you give the phrase.
Let's go.
Someone new walks in. You were told they were starting today.
Hey, you must be the new person. Welcome.
You're meeting someone for the first time.
It's great to meet you. Or if you want to be a little warmer, so glad you're here.
So glad you're here. That's really warm.
Right. Simple, but it makes people feel seen.
Someone asks how you're doing, but you're nervous.
Honestly, a little nervous, but really excited. Don't just say fine. Fine closes the door. Honesty opens it.
You want to ask for help politely.
Could you walk me through that? Or, sorry, could you show me one more time?
Nobody says no to that, because it sounds like, I care about getting this right.
And the last one. Someone says thank you and you want to respond.
Beyond you're welcome.
Try, of course, anytime. Or happy to help.
Happy to help sounds genuine, like you actually mean it.
Because you're welcome can sound automatic, but happy to help says, I chose to do this and I'm glad I did.
And here's what I want you to notice about all these phrases. None of them are long, and none of them use complicated words.
Right. They're all short, but they all carry something. So glad you're here carries warmth. Honestly, a little nervous carries trust. Happy to help carries genuine care.
And that's the real lesson here. In English, it's not about using big words. It's about choosing the right feeling for the moment.
Because people don't remember exactly what you said. They remember how you made them feel. So the next time you're worried about your English, stop thinking about the words. Start thinking about the feeling you want to give, and the words will come.
Now we've talked about a lot of phrases, but there's one mistake that makes all of them useless, and it's the one we promised at the beginning. This is the big one. This changes everything.
Trying to be perfect.
Say more.
You're so worried about saying the wrong thing that you say nothing.
Yeah, I've done that.
We've all done that. You're in a new situation, everyone seems confident, and you think if I speak, they'll know I don't know something. So you stay quiet, and the day ends, and you think, did I even talk to anyone?
And that feeling? That's the one that makes people quit.
Because everyone else was probably nervous too. They just didn't show it.
So the real mistake isn't saying something wrong. The real mistake is staying so quiet that nobody gets to know you.
English is about connection, not just grammar. So on your first day, say something, anything, even just, it's my first day, I'm still figuring it out.
That's enough. That's more than enough.
And here are a few more phrases for the moments nobody ever prepares you for.
Real situations, real English. I'll give the situation. PJ, take it.
Let's go.
You can't find the bathroom.
Sorry, could you point me to the restroom?
You didn't catch someone's name.
Oh, this one is so important. I'm sorry, could you say your name again? I want to make sure I get it right.
I want to make sure I get it right. That's not embarrassing. That's respectful.
Because you're saying, your name matters to me. I don't want to mess it up.
Someone explained something too fast.
Got it. Actually, sorry, could you go a bit slower? Or, could you say that one more time? I just want to make sure I understand.
Not, I don't understand.
Right. I don't understand sounds like, I give up. But, could you say that one more time sounds like, I'm still with you. I just need a second.
Big difference.
Huge.
Last one. Lunchtime. You're alone. Someone asks if you want to join them.
Yes, I'd love that. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for asking. People forget to say that.
But it matters, because they didn't have to invite you. They chose to. And saying, thank you for asking, tells them I noticed and I appreciate it.
That's how real connections at work start. Not from big moments, but from small ones like that.
And here's what all these bonus phrases have in common.
What?
They're all about being honest in a polite way. Could you go a bit slower? Honest. Could you say your name again? Honest. Thank you for asking. Honest.
You're not pretending you understood. You're not pretending you're okay when you're lost.
Right, and that's actually the most fluent thing you can do.
Wait, say that again.
Being honest in a polite way is fluency. It's not about perfect sentences. It's about real communication.
Because fluency doesn't mean you'll never get confused. It means you know how to handle the confusion.
And now you do. Okay, quick test. If this were your first day, could you actually say these lines? Let's find out.
Let's put it all together now. A full first day conversation, start to finish. Listen for the phrases we talked about and notice the feeling, not just the words.
And be honest with yourself. Which parts feel natural? Which parts would make you stop?
Hey, you must be the new person. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Hi, yes, I just started today. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you too. I'm here if you need anything. How are you feeling?
Honestly, a little nervous, but really excited.
That totally makes sense. It's like that for everyone at first. You'll feel at home pretty quickly.
I hope so. So where should I start?
Let's head over to your desk first. I'll walk you through everything.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Of course. And here's your computer. Can you go ahead and turn it on?
Sure. Like this?
Exactly. You got it.
Great. Do I need to do anything else first?
Not right now. Just get settled. And if anything comes up, just come find me.
Will do. And seriously, thank you for making this easier.
Happy to help. That's what we're here for. See how natural that felt.
And notice they weren't perfect. They were nervous, they asked questions, they said sorry and could you, but they kept going. That's the whole thing. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep the conversation moving.
And here's something I want you to sit with for a second. That conversation we just heard, nobody in it was impressive. Nobody used big vocabulary. Nobody gave a speech.
They just showed up. They were honest. They asked when they needed help. They said thank you when someone helped them.
And that's it. That's the whole conversation.
And yet by the end of it, the new person feels welcome. The coworker feels good about helping.
Everyone walks away feeling better than before.
That's what good English does. It doesn't impress people. It connects people.
And that's something you can do starting today. And remember that moment at the beginning when you walked in and froze?
Next time, you won't freeze. Because now you know what to say. You know how to greet someone, how to introduce yourself, how to ask for help without sounding lost.
How to be honest in a way that builds trust.
How to make someone feel welcome and how to feel welcome yourself.
That's not just English.
That's confidence.
What's the one thing you want people to take from today?
That the English isn't the hard part. The words we talked about today are simple. It's great to meet you. Could you walk me through that? Thank you for asking. None of that is complicated English. The hard part is being brave enough to use them when you're nervous, when you don't feel ready, when you feel like everyone else knows more than you.
And they probably don't.
They probably don't.
So here's what I want you to do. In the next 24 hours, say one of these sentences out loud to a real person. Not in your head, not practice. Real life. One real moment.
It's great to meet you. Could you walk me through that? Thank you for asking. Just one, that's it.
And then come tell us. Drop a comment below. What was the situation? What did you say? How did it go?
We actually read those.
We really do. And if this helped you, share it with one person who's learning English. One friend, one classmate, one family member.
Because the best thing about learning a language is when someone goes with you.
All right.
That's our show for today.
And remember,
Every fluent speaker was once a nervous beginner.
the only difference?
They kept talking anyway.
Keep going.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye.